dear friends, welcome back again. We are so happy you popped over again to see what we are up to today. Of course, for everyone who is new here, welcome. We are Janny and Dyanne, and we hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, of course, we hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone who is here and is not subscribed to our channel, we hope you will click the red subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and tick the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. Like we always say, enough talking, let's jump in today's inspiration.
Hey, it's Dyanne here. Welcome to a new Deco Easy video. Today I'm going to craft with you something for Halloween because I think I'm in the Halloween mode today. I want to make tiny ghosts that you can put everywhere in your decor. And of course we're going to do that with our tumbling tower blocks. For the ones new to our channel, let me explain. Jenny and I use these blocks. We order them online from a party supplies web shop, and since this is a game which you can play at a party, they sell them. They cost €3 for each package, and then you have 45 pieces, and this is how they come up. Actually, this is a new package. This is a leftover one. They come up wrapped in plastic, and I really like the sound of putting them upon the table like that. Just a very funny sound, I don't know why. And this is how big they actually are. They are 5 centimeters long and 1.5 or 2 centimeters wide. And yeah, I think they're super nice to craft with for organic shapes. We also had different kind of blocks in the past. This one, but then in another kind of package. And we also had one that was from Action. Action is a shop similar to Dollar Tree here, and then you got 60 pieces for €3, and they are a little bit bigger than these. So, you know, for organic shapes, the smaller ones are better but when you're building big things, the bigger ones were better. And unfortunately, Action don't sell them anymore, so we had to do it with these, which are perfectly fine. There we go. I'm going to open up another package because I think we might need it, because I'm going to build just a flat surface of those ghosts. And then I'm going to use my power saw or my figure saw to make the shape of the head, because on the top section we want it to be rounded up. Look, very satisfying. Now, where is my scissors? I have to grab because my box is here. Here are the scissors. We need to open up the plastic. And I'm going to just throw it upon the table to make that satisfying sound again. And I think then we're ready to start crafting. I really love that sound. And the good thing is I use this as a bin. So put this in, put these there, and then we're ready to craft. Oh no, I forgot to explain. I use this wood glue. Jenny uses it too. The brand Patex, I have no idea where it comes from, but it's super cheap and super good glue. Also from Action, these crafting mats are from Action. This one is from Lidl, by the way. And yeah, I think Action has super nice crafting stuff. You also need a marker. I have a green glass marker here, also from Action, but I bought it really years ago. And yeah, you can pick any color you want because we're just going to draw lines for when you need to saw. And therefore you need a really contrasting color and a thick line because, yeah, with my power saw, I can't clearly see where I'm going. So a thicker line will help me guide better through because of all the dust coming off the sawing process. But when you have your figure saw, I think that will be much clearer how you can saw. But anyway, I like this one just to have a really nice big line, sorry. Okay, I think I did enough talking. Let's go crafting. Okay, I want 3 ghosts. Start off with the largest one. Just going to lay down several blocks beside each other. Or actually, let me start with the smallest one. I want to make a child with his parents. And I don't know how many blocks I will need to do so. Is this too big? I think this will be the small one. Now for scale, I keep them together, so I know how many blocks I will need to use. And I'm going to add another one. This is 4. I'm going to put a layer on top, but we need a round edge from that. And here I also make a round edge. Now this will be the child, this will be mom, and now dad is coming through. I think for that I'm going to use 5 wide. Three layers at least. Okay, how is this compared to each other? Come on, lay down you. Or should we need another layer extra? No, I think then it becomes way too thick. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it this way. However, what if we put 1 extra layer on top? Is that too big? I guess it is. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it this way. So child, mom, and dad will be like that. Then it's time for gluing. Let me start off with the dad. Just place all my blocks, except for the first one in the row, on its side. So the short side comes up. Today it's pretty dry, luckily. Not that much humidity. Then we take our wood glue. Now hopefully the cap isn't stuck. Nope. Sometimes you have a very nice bracket where you can put your cap in, but I forget now and then to put it back on, the cap. So then the nozzle will be stuck with dried up glue. Now just have to shake to get it down. There it is. And then we're going to pour the glue, not that much, upon the wood. Just like that. And you can let it dry for a couple of minutes, but you also can just directly apply it, but that is depending on your glue. So be sure that you read the package. What does it say? And now we can just carefully, I'm not pushing that hard, carefully lay them down in the rows. Just like that. And the last row. Then we are with 5. Now I take just 2 spare blocks to put these together. Just pressing. Sometimes you saw it happening here. One comes up. You can just press it down doing this. We're not doing the alignment very well yet. That will come later. Like that. And I just like to use these spare blocks to help me guide through the process. Now I'm going to add another row or layer of glue on this row here. There. And there too. Now I'm just carefully going to shove them up against each other. There we are. Now I'm going to do one big push. Now we push from this side too. And I believe now we're done. Now it has to dry. If you have excess glue, I just suggest use your finger to wipe it off. Dries up transparent, and you can clean with water, which you can also use a damp cloth, totally up to you. Well, that was the dad. Now we continue to do the mom. Same way, I'm going to speed it up so you can see what I'm doing, but I already explained with the first one how I'm going to do it. Glue is almost dry, so I'm almost ready to sew. Here, that one was putting upwards. Now I'm going to make the hat, and therefore I'm going to use an old coaster and that marker. Let's start off with that. Just going to place it on the top here. And I'm going to draw a line until the outer corners of the wood. And I think that should do it. I'm going to do the same thing here with Mum. You can also use other objects. I'm not that good at drawing, you know, out of hand. And the last one is just an old coaster, so don't worry that it gets dirty. The last one will be here with the kid. Okay, now let me see what that looks like. Yeah, I think they should be a little bit more round, I guess. Let me see if I have another object. I'm not completely happy with this one. These are fine. However, Mom should get a little bit more of a round head here, but how am I going to do that? Maybe a little bit more downwards like that. And here as well, a little bit more. Get rid of those sharp edges. But that's basically it, and that is okay. Do a little bit more round towards the end here, but however, I'm finding it difficult to tell if I can manage to do that with my sawing skills. And what if I'm doing it just like this? No, I'm going to grab myself a silhouette. I don't want to ruin the drawing. I'm so bad at this, so I always need a mold or something like that, or a tool which helps me providing the lines. Found something else, a paint bottle, which is almost as wide as the wood here. Going to put it back on. Holding my marker as still as I can while just, oops, drawing around. I was already afraid of that it would happen. How is this possible? Yeah, now we're good. Oh, this becomes such a game of lines. There we are. You know what? I'm just going to give the part that I shouldn't use for sawing a complete green color. Like this. I hope that will guide me a little bit better around. There we are. I'm going to do that also with the other two, so I can see better what it looks like compared to each other. Just thinking of it right now, no idea if it helps or not. And then here. So I can take a little bit of better look on the shape. Are we happy with this? I think we are. Yeah, and Dad, it has the easiest head because he is the largest block of all. There we go. I want to put them all on a standard or something. That is for later use. First, I'm going to saw these out. The lines here, there and there, and then we're going to continue, I think, with the paint jobs, or maybe with the plaque where they should be standing on. Okay, now the ghosts are done. At least the sewing part is done. Still need to be filed. But first I want to go to the standard where they are standing on, and that are these 3 rows of 5 blocks. I measured how long it should be, and I think about 5 blocks is okay. But we can always add a 6th one if we want to. Now, let's start gluing these by all putting the blocks up. And then we grab our wood glue again. Oh, there is a tiny bit of dry glue there on the entrance. And it's getting worse. Like this weird, I didn't have that a couple of minutes ago. Okay, where do I have a sharp object to? Oh, here. Wait a minute. Is it better now? Yeah, a tiny little bit. Okay, let's dab some glue here and there. And sometimes it happens that the glue or the blocks won't stick to each other, and I call that greasy wood because the wood feels like it's greasy and that the glue won't stick in. However, they come straight from the package and I didn't do anything to it. First I thought I did something wrong, but it happens regularly on any kind of piece of these blocks. Maybe that's just, yeah, normal, I have no idea. But if you have that and the problem that it won't stick, then I suggest just add some more glue, let that dry in for a couple of minutes, and then you gotta try it again to put the two pieces together. But you immediately notice it when your wood is greasy. Then if I do this, then it absolutely won't stick. Now carefully put these three together. And then we push from both sides first, and then we go pushing all the blocks together. However, they aren't glued together yet, at least not on the long sides, but that's no big deal. Okay, let's get rid of that excess glue by just wiping it off. One check, did I do it right? And now we let that dry. Oops, it's starting to break in the middle. However, this can be a greasy wood piece. I have no idea. Let that dry first, and then I'll be back for the next step. They're now dry enough for the next step, just tumbling them over. And then we gotta add the glue to the long side. Just like so. It doesn't have to be super much, because this wood is, glue is really strong on the wood. There, I'm not going to rub against each other like I sometimes do, just carefully going to push everything together, like so. Then we grab our two blocks again for one final push, and then I'm going to leave it this way. There we are. Ooh, I forgot to close the gap again. While this is drying, I can start with a file to just smoothen out the edges of the ghosts. Or actually, I should turn them over this side, because the other side was the bad side. There are the drawings on here. You see, at least I hope you can see it here. There are some splinters, so we're just going to remove them carefully with a file and make everything nice and soft by doing it like that. Okay, the three ghosts are ready to paint. However, I'm not completely satisfied with the head of the mother, but I think that's because you can see the color difference in the wood, that some pieces were softer to go through with the saw. But we've got to do with it. Maybe I can cover it up with something on her head. Anyway, I'm going to paint. I'm just going to use plain white paint from the construction store and a tiny brush from Action. No big deal. And this coverage of the paint is really good, actually. I think I start off with the edges like so, because then I can hold everything in my hand. Now these are the roughened or the smoothened up parts, and somehow they suck always up so many paint. There we are. And now hold it, but don't touch the already painted part, of course. Really, everyone can paint. I totally believe that. Okay, let go really carefully. Gotta practice on that one. I'm first going to wipe the paint this way and that way, not this way, otherwise here on the edge would be a lot of paint building up, and then you get drippers, and you really don't want that. So first those gaps were painted, and now I'm going to move to the top section and fill up the other parts with my paint. And like I said, I'm not going to do it this way, only wipe towards the outer edges to avoid as many drippers as you can. And there we go to the last part. I'm not going to paint, by the way, the bottom part because I still want to glue it down to the standard that is drying over there. And I'm afraid, but I'm not sure, I never tested it, but I'm just afraid that when I painted the bottom part before attaching it to an unpainted or painted piece of wood, that the paint won't, the glue won't, it won't be so strong anymore. Well, that was number one. Now his wife and kids still need a paint job as well. Now, these three are dry, and this is what I meant with a plaque where they can stand on, like this, and I want to make the plaque black. And I think that is going to work. However, I'm in doubt if I need to do it right now or that I'm gluing first. I'm going to take the guess. Here is the glue. The paint that I'm going to use for the plaque. So these three will be heading over there. And this stuff is also from Action Blackboard paint, and the coverage is really good. It's pretty thick paint. However, you only need one layer and then you sure have enough coverage. I've never been using this one multiple times. And I believe this can was €6 or something. So yeah, it's not super cheap, but also it is really good paint. First, we start off with the edges again. Look, it's almost like tar. Such deep colors. And then I'm moving over here. Just a little bit like this. People here use this paint often to decorate kitchens or children's rooms with it. But Jenny and I like to use it for decorations. Okay. Now the other edge, and then we're going to let it fall really quickly again so we can paint the top section. I think I'm going to speed the process up after I painted this side. Because you know how I paint it. First with the horizontal lines, and then we'll go to the vertical lines. There. Okay, that was that. Now, I'm keeping this one here because I want to try something else. Let me see, which brush do I need? I need a flat one. I'm going to take a couple of the tiniest ones that I can find here. I think these three will do. What I want is actually, I will show you the tiny one. Suggest that these are planks. Know what I mean? So hopefully that will do. I'm going to practice on this side. If I don't like it, I don't ruin up the whole painted part. Okay, dab off this. Now I'm going to follow the line while I hold my hand still here upon the table. Thought this would look nice. However, I'm not completely sure. Oh, this is going to be hard. I don't think I'm going to do this. No. No, I don't like it. The edges here, when the a new block begins, then you gotta really practice, or otherwise the line gets too thick. And then this is what you get. I don't want that, so I'm not going to do it anyway. However, you might want to practice it on the other side as well. Maybe a piece of a shade looks nice around. Then you get something like this. Maybe that looks cool. A little bit distressed, but then in another way. If it's not looking nice, then we're not going to repeat it. Okay, there we go. Just place your brush really lightly upon the wood, and then I move back and forth. That's always how I distress. And I want to have a really fine line. And my excess paint, I dab that off on the lid of the can. Now you get a little bit more definition of spookiness. Just slightly, a little bit more. You can always make the line thicker if you want that, but that is not my style. However, you must do what you think looks nice. Just Jenny and I are only here to give you inspiration. There we go. Actually, this is how I distress, but now I do it with paint instead of beeswax. 9 out of 10 times I use beeswax. Okay, now the hardest part, we go around the corner. To be honest, I'm pretty satisfied with how it looks. But I don't dare to do the other parts with it. I'm going to do a slightly bigger line. What would that look like if I do it like this? Not bad, not bad. Maybe I can... Yeah, this is a little bit more spooky. A little bit of a thicker line. Here as well. But you gotta, don't do it this way. Gotta paint with the direction of the wood. Which is, for me, this side here. I really like this technique of distressing. I didn't do it before, it is my first time, so after all these years crafting together with Jenny, this is the first time I'm doing it this way. Yay. Okay. I like it this way. Let me show you a close-up. This is how the ghost looks like, the child. Leaving it here, I'm going to do the other two as well. Okay, all the paint is dry. Oh, sorry, yeah, I have the hiccups and I can't get rid of it. Try to drink water standing upside down. Sorry. This one here is dry. I'm going to put that one away. And these three here need a face. I think I'm going to do them like this. Parents standing protectively with their kid. And now I hope that painting faces won't affect, or the hiccups won't affect painting the faces. Let me see. I also want to have a bow on top of the mother's head. Maybe I can make that one before. We are going to continue. Let's grab ourselves the hot glue gun, scissors, and of course the burlap. This is so annoying. I have that very rarely, that sometimes the hiccups start and I can't get rid of it. Okay, I need my measuring lint for that. Well, Mom, and here I have burlap. Now, how large do I want this thing to be? I think about, well, let's say 8 centimeters, so then we cut off a piece of 20 centimeters. Oh, these are new scissors, but this stuff is always so hard to cut. Yeah, there we go. Okay, what I'm going to do, first, let me fold it in half, otherwise it's way too big. Then I'm going to make one big loop out of it by putting these sides together, and then something like this should be existing. Then I can glue the middle part together, and hopefully that still fits in. Might be a little bit shorter. And then we're going to make a bow out of it. Okay, this thing has to warm up a little bit more, but I'll be back soon. Okay, glue is hot enough. The hiccups aren't gone yet. We start off with a line along this side, so we can fold it double. Beware of your fingers. Hopefully you were quick enough and the glue didn't cool down. If it did, then we have to redo it again. Yeah, it worked. Now let me trim this edge a little bit more. There we go. This one goes to the bin. Then this one can use a trim as well. There we are. Now we have two clean edges. We're going to put them together. Just let me check if I like the size of the bow. Or should it be a little bit smaller? Like this. Which also looks nice. I think I'm going to do it like that. Okay, let's grab our glue gun again. Beware of your fingers. And now I'm going to use the scissors to help it keep in place. Otherwise I really burn my fingers. Because the glue can peek through it. Here we have a sturdy edge that comes underneath. Let's re-glue that. There we are. Okay, that's the base. Now grab another piece of twine, or burlap, sorry. This should do, I think. We're going to again fold it in half, otherwise it looks weird, because this is going to be the center of the bow. So grab your glue gun for this side, folding it double again, and then we're going to wrap it against or around the big loop that created here. Here's an ugly piece. Let's cut away you. Okay. Now, where should we glue today? I think here. Then I'm going to add a dot of glue here in the center. I'm going to glue it onto the loop that we already created. Now I'm going to really make a bow with cheating. Pinch this between your fingers and try to wrap it around as tight as you can. So you have a really cute and nice tiny bow. Like so. Once again, let the scissors help you. Hopefully now it will work. If it doesn't work, then we gotta find ourselves something else. Let's get rid of the loose ends here and there. This one needs to be glued down here. And if I still find it too big, I'm just going to make another one, but then out of another color from ribbon. Oh, this one is coming loose. Yep, we keep gluing all the way. There we are. I'm not completely convinced, to be honest. Will this look cute? Well, we can leave it this way. I'm also going to try making another bow. Hopefully that will be as beautiful or as firm as this one here. But I think, yeah, the burlap is just too wide to make a tiny bow as this. And then it looks a little bit like, yeah, rubbish. No, I'm not happy with this one. Let's make a new one, but then out of different kind of fabric. Just black and white. And guess what? This one is also easier to make. You just keep your fingers this way. I hope that I can show you. Then you wrap around, well, let's say we do it twice. Put this one here in between. And then, no, need to redo it. Sorry. Need a longer part for that. Sorry for this way. Oh, this is a tiny piece. Lol, I didn't saw that. Okay. Once again, take your fingers. This is the length of the fishtail. If you want a fishtail, I highly doubt if I want a fishtail today. Then wrap around once, twice, go through here, and then around, but underneath this one here. And then the only thing you got to do is pull tight, and then you have made yourself a bow. A double one, to be honest. Now you can just adjust the loops. And because we made a double, it's also much more or much stronger. Yeah, definitely don't want to have fishtails that long, but do we want to have fishtails anyway? Let me check if they were this long. Should that be okay? No, I'm not satisfied. Oh, let's redo it again. I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way, just as the same way as I did with the burlap. Okay, let's say, oops, this is a dirty piece, 15 centimeters long. Then we only cut off the first place, but that's because the first piece is rubbish. There is some glue or something upon it. However, if that comes on the inside, no one's going to see it. Yeah. Let's glue this side up then. It's total chaos today. Now, let's put it into the right place. There we are. Then we cut off a smaller piece, which we're going to attach to the back side, just where these two ribbons meet each other, which is about here. Now we have to wait until the glue is cooled down, but hey, I got rid of the hiccups, which is good. Now just, again, pull it as tight as you want it to be. And it might help to pinch between your fingers before wrapping around. Might help. Isn't always helping, but it might. Now cut off this extra piece. This one is not necessary today. Oh, the pinching is gone. Well, just redo it again then. Is it going to stay in place or what? Yay. Quickly just put glue in it, otherwise it's get loose again. Now we hold until I'm sure that the connection is strong enough. But you see here, the edge needs to be trimmed. So let's do that. There, this is all rubbish. Put that away. If we want, we can just adjust the loops a little bit better to divide the space. And now we have a really cute tiny bow that fits perfectly, as you can see, onto our mama ghost. And now, by using this on the side of her head, you won't see that the parts are uneven anymore. Just going to apply it directly about, let's say, here. I'm not doing the fishtails because they will fall over her face. Let's turn this one off. And that is not what we want. Oops. That was the scissors. By speaking of the face, shall we go continuing painting the face? Okay, painting time for the face. I'm not using real paint, let's be honest about that. We have marker. Why? Because I'm not good at painting, you know, the small lines. You saw that here, this part was okay, and once I went over the edge there, it was total rubbish. So, we're going to do it differently today. What shall I say? I want to have eyes. Where should they go? Maybe I can just use a pencil or, you know, a crayon before I start with this, because once this is upon your craft, you can't undo it. Okay, the base is done on all the ghosts with just a crayon. And now we can use the marker. Okay, there we go. Hopefully it turns out just as I had it in mind. So far so good, but don't be too easy. Don't yell too early. That's how we say that here. We aren't completely done yet. Okay, there goes Dad. Now the only thing that's left is draw his mouth. And fill it in with the color. Like so. There we have number one. Then we go over to Mom. Mom only needs to get eyelashes. I didn't draw them. And there. Another one. I'm really curious. Write it down in the comment section. How do you make your faces? I mean, I have this way, but everyone has his own way, of course. There goes Mom. Oh yeah, the eyelashes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the kid, the last one, but the cutest. Don't we say that all about our own kids? Oh, they all look so super happy. To be honest, I don't love those really scary Halloween creatures. I only love the sweet ones. I'm not that much of a Halloween person, but when they look cute, I'm totally in. Okay, well, here's the whole family. I think they look super cute together. Okay, time to attach them to the standard. How are we going to do that? Really simple, we're just putting them up. And let's see if they can stand. If not, they will need a help. Is this a bit okay? Look, they can stand by themselves, which is good news. Yeah, I've turned the faces towards me, so I'm sure that I put everything in the spot where I wanted it to be. But we gotta be careful. Okay, let me check it once. Is the position okay? They need to be moved over a little bit over there. Maybe it's a smarter idea to just first glue these sides and then put the whole family together as one big block. Now I'm noticing it. And then we gotta continue on the journey by adding them to the plank. Now this thing is stuck again. What is wrong? This is really annoying. Okay. And now I really attach the cap well. There it goes. And the other side too. I'm not going to glue the bottom parts yet. Now bring them together carefully. I'm not laying them down because when I placing them up like this, then I'm sure that they will fit in or not. stripper of glue. Okay, I'm letting this dry because I think that will work. However, Dad isn't convinced. I think it needs a little bit more glue here. Just on the top section. A tiny little dot. If it wants to come out there. And that's starting to fall down, which is good. Yeah, done. Time to put a lot of glue, and I really mean a lot of glue on the back part, the bottom part of those creatures. Glue is dry, so it should hold. There we go. Now it's time to put them in this. Ooh, completely dry, I said. No way. Put them in the right place, which I think is about here. Well, just let that sink in. Okay, I'm going to grab myself a brush because on the front part you can see that the glue started to spill underneath. Just get that. Oh no, I have another idea. Remember that box here? Just rip this part off and we use it to scoop away the glue. This stuff really was drying for a long time. Maybe, oh yeah, of course, it's painted. Scoop it here. Yeah, if it's painted, the drying time is longer. Stupid, I completely forgot that. No! This glue on the bottom should be drying a lot faster because only one part has been painted. But I'm still going to let it dry for at least an hour. And hopefully then we're satisfied. Or not, that's also a possibility. Then we need to rely on some more decorations. And here's the final reveal. I just put 3 Scrabble letters upon it, which says boo. And I really like how it turned out. Now, let us know in the comment section what you think about the DIY. We hope you had fun with this video today. Bye everyone, take care.